Hey guys, what's up? So today I wanted to go over some of the cool accessories that we've added. So I've already done a video on the running boards that I added from Hand Show, and I had another company reach out, EVBase, and I have been looking at stuff from them, and they went ahead and sent over some seat covers and another accessory that I was looking at as well. It was really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how the seat covers go on. I'm not gonna do a full install, but also run over some of the other accessories that I think that not only from Tesla, but just other brands on Amazon that I think are really good. EVBase has some as well. So you can go with whatever company you think is your choice, but they all kind of have the same stuff, but I've used different ones throughout the truck. All right, so let's hop in the truck and let's check out some of the accessories inside, in the bed of the truck, and in the front of the truck, and so you can see which accessories you might want to add to your Cybertruck. All right, so inside the truck, one of the first things I did when I got the Cybertruck was I got a phone mat like cover. So this is an Alcantara like feeling phone holder, and I didn't want to scuff it up at all. So I got this from Amazon. I do not know the company. I'll link it in the description below, but I believe T-Wraps makes one of these. I believe EVBase makes one of these. Like, there's a lot of different companies that make this, but this goes right in here. It hooks around the edge, and it just provides a nice silicone type grip for your phone. Also is really easy to clean, so I don't have to worry about trying to clean the Alcantara if it gets dirty. Another thing I added, kind of coming down the center console, is I went ahead and added cup holder like protectors. Again, this is a silicone type material, kind of very similar to something you'd see in like a kitchen with like the gloves or the different like cupcake holders, whatever that is. This is very, very similar in feeling and material, but they just lock right in there. It's a little hard to push in like a, say 12-ounce bottle of soda, but it locks it into place. It's not going anywhere. So I really, really like that. Again, real simple, pull it out, clean it, you're done. And I don't have to worry about trying to clean inside of the cup holder. And then I know that the center console scratches really, really easily. I haven't gotten anything for back here yet, which I will be getting, but this is a protector. It actually wraps around the edges here and it slides on. It is on there fairly decently, but this sits on here. It gives you a nice protection for the center console, and I really, really like that. So one other thing I added for the interior of the truck, at least inside, is I went ahead and got these. These are from T-Wraps, I believe. They are my phone holders. So I have a magnetic holder for the driver's side because I tend to use MagSafe cases. And then my wife tends to sit over on the passenger side, and that is just a regular phone holder. But I have two of them over here. They work really, really well. They hold the phone through decent bumps. I mean, I've hit some bumps on this and that phone stays there. I like that I can turn it. I can, aim it straight. It's perfectly fine. Doesn't affect anything of the phone use, and it sits in a really nice position when it's over here on the left-hand side. One other thing that I highly recommend getting, and it was the first thing I got for the Cybertruck, like before I actually picked up the truck, I went and I ordered it from Amazon, is screen protectors for the front screen and the rear screen. I recommend this for two reasons. One, because it has like an anti-fingerprint thing, so it has fingerprints on it, but it's not as bad. And the other thing is it keeps the screen protected. This is a glass screen protector. There is no issue with using the screen at all. It's one-to-one, just as it would be if you didn't have it on there. The back is the same way. I did get these from Spigen, again, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but I got them for the front and the back. And no sooner did I get them, put them on, than within the first couple weeks, and I think I said this in another video, that my son cracked the rear screen protector. So I have another one. I ordered it. It was on sale, luckily, but I highly recommend doing that, especially if you have kids or dogs or something, because they don't pay attention to the fact there's a screen at like knee level, and so they're getting in and out of the truck, they're doing different things, and it's a potential for damage to the screen. So just another accessory that I highly recommend getting if you have a Cybertruck, or if you're thinking about getting a Cybertruck, or really any Tesla for that matter that has screens in the front and the back. But that's pretty much it, except for when I add the seat covers into here on the inside of the truck. All right, so another thing I added, and this one is from Tesla, is the like back fender protectors. I don't exactly remember the name, but basically it provides a protection for the plastic back here. So they have one that covers the tailgate here, and then you have them down here on the steps at the bottom. So basically just gonna keep it from getting scuffed up or anything like that. It was fairly inexpensive, and I went ahead and added them, and so far I love them. I'm glad they're there, and it's just something nice to have. So a couple other things here. We'll go into the bed of the truck. I added a like mat, basically a protector mat down here. Now this mat, with most Cybertrucks, people complain that you cannot get the divider from Tesla in with a lower mat. That is true unless you do something. So I'll climb up in the bed here. And I'm gonna turn this sideways and flip this over. So down here at the bottom is basically another pad, and I have this in the truck, but there's another layer of pad, and all you gotta do is take out these 4 screws right here, and you pull them out, and then you remove that one piece of rubber, and you put that in, or I mean, rather you put the screws back in. You take this thing and you twist it around in here, and this works. It locks in perfectly. I mean, as long as you're lined up with your holes, there you go. I mean, that is in there. It levels it off perfectly. So this bed mat down here provides that almost exact clearance or additional depth for this to be able to work. But you do need to take off those bottom foot pads, and you'll see them if you have the Cyber or the Tesla bed divider. You will see the extra piece of rubber, and you just remove that and you're good to go. So another thing I went ahead and added is I added the Molly panels for the back. I believe these hold like 150 pounds, which is awesome each. That is really, really cool. And then of course the anchor points back here that Tesla gives you when you get the truck. Now I did go ahead and with this bed divider here, I'll go ahead and slide this back in here like this, climb out here. So with this bed divider, you also have the, I call it the cooler because it essentially is, but down here you have the cooler area, and I went ahead and added a mat in that as well. Now if you don't use this for any kind of storage, then maybe this isn't essential, but it's just kind of a nice to have, again, protecting that interior part down there from any kind of scratches or scuffs, anything like that. And then of course these came with the Foundation series, but if you don't have a Foundation series, I do recommend picking these up. They're nice down in here, they divide up, and so if you're gonna store like groceries, or even if you can use it as a cooler, it's a nice way to put like separate things. So you can do like cans over here, food, condiments, whatever it may be, but these are really, really nice to have in here. And they just slide right in there like that. And then I store my charging cables down here, which I think most people do. So let's go ahead, and one other item, we'll walk around to the front here. One other item that I got, and it came with this bottom, mat kit, is I had the mat for there, the mat for the truck, and I have one other mat. Bum, bum, bum. And that is a mat for the Frunk. Now this is really nice because it protects the Frunk plastic from any kind of scuffs or anything like that, any kind of spills. It's got a nice high lip on it, so if you were to dump not a lot of liquid, but a little bit of liquid in here, you could just lift this thing out, well, if I can get it out here, you just lift it out like that, dump it on the ground, and you're good to go. And it keeps the truck clean. Now, if you get the liner in here, there's a little plastic piece there and there. If you get the little, I say liner, but the net for the front, then this kind of doesn't work. But I don't have that net, so I went ahead and went with this. And I really, really like having, basically it's like all-weather floor mats for the bed of the truck, the Frunk, and the cooler or the extra storage compartment in the back, which I already have inside the truck as well that came with the Foundation series. All right, so another accessory that I highly recommend is the Cybertruck seat covers from EVBase. I really, really like these. Here's the before of what the truck looks like if you haven't seen the inside of a Cybertruck. And then in a little bit, we're gonna show you the after, which will be them fully installed. I think it really adds a nice aesthetic to the inside of the truck. All right, so I just got the first seat cover installed, the driver's side. It's a little bit of a pain, but what you need to do is basically use the little orange tool. I'm gonna grab this here. Use this little orange tool to stuff it in, and then make sure that the elastic straps are pushed in before the seat cover, because if you don't, you can't get them because you have very limited space to work under the seat. And then you run the straps underneath, and I will show you right now what it looks like on the driver's side. So let me turn the camera around. And there is the CyberBeast seat covers with the CyberBeast logo on them. I think they look actually really cool. You can see over there on the side, you've got the regular seat, and then you've got the new CyberBeast seat. Now again, these are from EVBase, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed. They are, I believe, Napa leather, and they are fairly soft. They also have the perforated seat ventilation, so it's not supposed to interfere with any of your heated seats or cooled seats, which is really, really awesome. And I'm very happy that they did that. And then on top of that, they also have this nice little safety feature over here where they've got the airbag spot. So it's got a spot specifically for the airbag so it doesn't mess up your airbags, which again, they thought about the safety, and I'm really happy that they did. So far though, I have to say, I really like the feel, and honestly, I really like the look, and I love that I have my CyberBeast logo on my seats. It's really kind of cool. Adds a nice little touch. Also, they made sure on the seat covers back here that you still have your pocket, which is really, really nice. Also, this pocket is separate from the built-in pocket of the seat covers, basically, that come with the truck. And it's nice because those had a tendency to like shape around whatever you put in them. And then of course, you can't take that seat cover off, you got to get new seats. But this, you know, if this was to get damaged or something, I can just take the seat cover off and, you know, yeah, I got to get new seat covers, but I really am glad that they thought about that with these. So far, and this is just one seat, obviously, I'm fairly impressed with the seat covers and what they look like. All right, so after some assembly being required, I finally got the seat covers on in the front. I will say the passenger side was a whole lot harder to do than the driver's side. I don't know why. Maybe there's different like mechanical parts underneath there or something. They should be identical, but it was just a lot more intensive than the driver's side. So let me go ahead, I'll turn this around and show you what it looks like from the view of the cabin now. Really nice, actually. So there is the new seat covers on both seats. I think honestly it looks really nice. The Napa leather feels really nice. It has a, I don't know, I love the fact that I have the CyberBeast logo. This reminds me of my Camaro with my SS badging on the seats that came stock from the factory. And I really think this is something that if, you know, you'd gotten the Foundation series, would have been really nice to have from the factory on the seats, was this, you know, CyberBeast logo on your seat covers. But that is the front seat, and I will work on the back seats next. So far, I really like how these feel though, and how they look. All right, so I've got the seat covers installed, and I will say the one complaint I have on these seat covers is that when you get this all tight or all done in the back, when you go to pull this down, it comes down okay, but the minute that I go to push this up, I've got to like hit it to knock it back in. So that is definitely something that I think I am not really happy with, because I have stuffed and shoved every corner that I possibly can. And I feel like this, at least the center piece, is just a little too tight to really put this on. Now this is a, you know, complete set, and I get it, but I feel like it's not providing enough, I guess, clearance, or it's too much thickness for this thing. The entire truck has been done. I do have the seat covers in and on, and I will see if there's any other tucking and pulling that I can do that might help with some of this, but I just think it's just a little too tight for this back here anyway. The front, I think, worked great, but back here it's a little tight. So I have completed the installation of the seat covers from EVBase. I have to say that I really do like them, and I think they add to the interior aesthetics of the truck. I don't like the back seat. Now the front seat is fine. I like what it does. So here is the interior of the truck. The front seats, like I've said before, I love the fact that I've got the CyberBeast logo on there. That is really cool. I think this should have been standard stock seats. You know, you were paying for a Foundation Series. I think, you know, the badging would have been something, a nice little touch to have. Besides that, they do ventilate. I had the cooled seats on, the heated seats on. I can feel that through it. It's not quite as powerful, although the Cybertruck has a little bit of an issue compared to like the Model 3s, where it doesn't get super cold and it doesn't get super hot either. So that was kind of an issue just before, and I've read in the forums that other people have that. Now for the back seat, that is what the back seat looks like. And I have to say, I do like it. I wish that the middle part was a little less finicky. It's that middle seat that folds down with the cup holders, that definitely has some issues. And when you're trying to shut it, it doesn't latch properly. When you open it, it opens weird. So I don't know, I may remove at least the center middle seat cover, just because I think that I don't like how it works. But besides that, I do like how they feel. They are nice feeling leather. It's nice and soft. I also want to note that it came with a cover. Now I already noted in the video that I have a cover underneath here, but this is nice because it's a cushiony, like, leather cover. So you're getting that like padding for resting your arm, and that I do like. And there is what the entire inside of the Cybertruck looks like with the new seat covers. And honestly, I do like the look. I love that they've got the CyberBeast logo. I like the feeling of the seat covers. Let me go around to the back here. Open this door here, and there's the back seat. The only thing I don't like is that they are a little puffy. You can note that right there. And again, the back seat is way more puffy than the front seat. But I'm hoping that that kind of levels out. We'll see. I'm going to leave them in. This is the first time installing them, first, you know, getting them out of the box and in their regular form. So if they hold their form, I don't know, I may be removing them. But if they loosen up some, I think I would leave them, just because I like the fact that they protect the seats. And if you have kids like me, protecting the seats, or dogs, protecting the seats is a really, really good thing. So yeah, that has been my review of the EVBase seat covers, along with some other accessories that I really, really think are good. And if you are getting a Cybertruck or you have one, I think they're worth picking up. If you have kids, definitely recommend these seat covers. They have a lot of other things at EVBase that I'm definitely interested in. Also, I'll show you these. They're not lit up during the day, and I'll get some B-roll of them. But they sent these over too, kind of with this kit, if you will. And down here, there are these like LED RGB panels that go at the door sill, and they don't light up during the day. They're RGB LED panels, and they're just magnetized here, and they don't light up during the day, and they're a rechargeable battery, but at night they turn on and they light up the footwell really, really nicely. So let me come around here, and I got them for both sides, and I really like them. I like the fact that I can set them for the color that I have the LED interior lights as, and it matches when I open the truck. So, I mean, I have to change it, but I can do blue, green, whatever it is, or multicolor. And I really like that it lights it up. So it shows me, like when I step out of the truck, it gives me a really nice lit, like footwell area. I say footwell, but you know, step area. And so I really do like that. But those came with this as well. And so I'm going to be testing these out. If there's any issues, I'll let you know. And I've kind of noted the issues currently that I think I'm seeing with the seat covers. But at this point, I do like how they look. There's a few things I think I'd tweak, and one of them is how that back seat works back there. But yeah, that has been my review and my run through of the Cybertruck accessories. And honestly, I think if you're getting a Cybertruck, getting some of these is a really good idea. The cup holders, EVBase has some cup holders that they have. They have the phone insert like I have. They have a couple phone mounts. I think theirs goes on the screen. And they've got a couple other things. They've got a lot of stuff, honestly. And I have been looking at them for quite a while, so I'm glad they sent the seat covers over. And I will let you know if anything happens with them. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.